welcome back to a brand new episode of Crash Course. Today we're going to be teaching you about the organization and reorganization of human society, so strap in.
Further developments of existing religions and religious traditions provided a bond among people and an ethical code to live by. As religious traditions developed, common bonds and ethical codes were presented to people, allowing a strengthening of political, economic, and cultural ties. For example, Hebrew monotheism soon further developed as Judaism because of the development of Hebrew scriptures. In these scriptures, Mesopotamian culture and legal traditions were presented for all Jews to follow. So even when the Jews were conquered by the Assyrians, Babylonians, and Romans, they were still able to hold common ground by living in Jewish diasporic communities. So no matter where the Jews lived, they would hold the same beliefs and values, and that connected all of them together. So another good example of this would be Hinduism, whose belief was formed by the Sanskrit scriptures, and many Hindus shared the same idea of reincarnation, a belief that when you die, you'll come back to life as either a better or worse form. And they believed in Brahma, the creator god, and how the and they believe on a common caste system. And with these beliefs, society in India started to shape.
Also during this time, many universal religions arose. They got this title because they diffused through different methods out of their founding area to and around the world.
The first universal religion that emerged was Buddhism. It was founded in India by Buddha around the 4th century. Buddha constructed the 4 noble truths. 1. Of all people suffer. 2. People suffer because they become attached to desire. 3. Suffering ends when a desire ceases. 4. Freedom from suffering is only possible after practicing the Eightfold Path, which is a process in which a person changes different aspects of themselves to reach nirvana or peace.
Then there was Confucianism, which was more of an ethical system than a religion. It was created during the Zhou dynasty around 800 BCE by a man named Confucius. Confucianism put a hard emphasis on filial piety, or being respectful to elders, being humane, and also ritual consciousness. All of these ideas were stored in the Analects. Christianity is a monotheistic religion whose beliefs focused on the 10 Commandments and the Christian Bible. Christianity pushes for the belief of God and Jesus Christ and the idea that one must do good to achieve eternal salvation. The idea was spread with the help of Christian missionaries and by emperors who would spread the religion by conquering land to spread the word. Because of this, Christianity was able to spread through Afro-Eurasia. However, many people still oppose religions and instead put a large emphasis on logic. Greco-Roman philosophy believes solving problems should use objective questioning and logic instead of religious ideas. They developed the scientific method as another way to solve problems.
Belief systems affected gender roles. For example, Hinduism, Confucianism, and Christianity all encourage patriarchy. The laws of Manu teaches that a woman is never independent, and Confucianism teaches family hierarchy. The husband has authority over wife, and filial piety is a respect for elders. Buddhism is they rejected the caste system, and both genders could reach enlightenment.
Other religious and cultural traditions would continue to parallel the written belief systems of core civilizations. This means that religion started to affect the written law. So an example of this would be Shamanism, which is a religion that is characterized by a belief in the unseen world of gods, demons, and ancestor spirits responsive to only the shamans. And majorly this can be found in Northern Europe and Siberia. And animism, a religion that believes non-human things possess a spirit essence, would be found in Africa and the Americas. And another example of how religion affected culturally would be ancestor veneration, which is a cultural tradition that believes deceased family members have a continued existence, as can be found in Africa, East Asia, the Andes, or the Mediterranean.
Artistic expressions, including literature and drama, architecture, and sculpture, show distinctive cultural developments. Areas developed different types of art. For example, drama. Theaters were born from religious festivals. The festival started to get spectators, and the people performing became actors. And the different types of performances were comedy, drama, and some type of architectural styles were being codified. Forms of architecture are symmetry, rationalism, and proportionality. Some of the temples represented the order of the cosmos, and all rooms didn't offer the same reverence.
During this time, key states and empires grew dramatically because they imposed political unity on their areas. And some empires who did this were the Persian Empire, Qin and Han empires, Maurya and Gupta empires, Greek city-states, the Roman Empire, and also Mayan city-states.
And as governments grew, so did trade and military. Because of increase of trade, especially along the Silk Road, road systems and rest stops were created, along with military protection along certain roads. The Great Wall was also created during this time as a defense of nomadic tribes. Imperial cities during this time period was also used as trade cities. One famous example would be Alexandria, Egypt, where many traders and intellectuals gathered to trade goods and knowledge. Along with the development of trade and military, so did the development of different social structures and hierarchies. This consisted of cultivators, laborers, slaves, artisans, merchants, and elites.
However, even with the successes and stabilities for many empires, many were led to its collapse due to political, cultural, and administrative difficulties. For example, in the Han Dynasty, there were attacks from neighboring cities and internal struggle with the Yellow Turban Rebellion. The Rome Empire also fell due to similar reasons as the Han, such as attacks from neighboring cities, political corruption, and the loss of money.
During this time, trade, communication, and exchange networks also expanded greatly. For example, there was the Silk Road in Asia and Europe between the Chinese, the Indian, the Roman, the Persian, Arabic, and Egyptian, and they traded things like rice, cotton, silk, tea, porcelain, and religious ideas. There was also the trans-Saharan trade in the Sahara Desert between the Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians, and the Africans, and which caused the domestication of camel, and they also traded things like salt and copper. Also in the Indian Ocean, Islamic merchants traded between each other, trading things like rice and cotton. And in the Mediterranean Sea, Egyptians and Ethiopians traded with each other olive oil, fish, wine, and fruit. New technologies facilitated long-distance communication and exchange. For example, people used domesticated animals to transport goods along longer routes. For example, there was the donkey who carried large items. There were the camels who could go long distances without a lot of water, making them easy transport through the desert. And also horses, who Asian nomads domesticated and traded for silk. And inventions were also important in this era. People created yokes to connect two animals to pull large cargo, and also saddles and stirrups to ride and control animals better.
And also, alongside the trade in goods, exchange of people, technology, religious and cultural beliefs, food, crops, domesticated animals, and disease pathogens developed across fair flowing networks and communication and exchange.
Killing millions. With the transfer of crops such as rice and wheat, new irrigation techniques were presented because of the different conditions that were needed to grow the crops. An example of a type of irrigation technique used is the canat system, which is a series of well-like holes and tunnels dug to reach a natural underground source of water. Diseases also traveled on the trade routes. On the Silk Road, the bubonic plague was spread from Europe throughout the rest of Asia, killing millions.
Thank you for watching this episode of Crash Course. Hope you learned a lot, and thanks to all these people for working on it. Okay, bye.